Hello and welcome to That Football Show here on YouTube, the channel for all things football. I'm Joe Stanley, and today I'm going to be previewing the big Champions League tie on Wednesday night between Barcelona and Inter Milan. Yes, Inter Milan returned to the Champions League last season after 4 years away from the competition, with Barcelona being ever present in this competition. Obviously, in the opening game, Barcelona drew 0-0 away to Borussia Dortmund, with Dortmund missing a penalty through Royce. Very brilliant save from Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Inter Milan drew the first game against Slavia Prague, and it wasn't a very vintage Inter Milan performance. It wasn't a particularly great performance. They seemed to nervously to get the better of them on that opening night. I think this is going to be one of those games. It's going to be a classic Champions League game between the two sides. Obviously, going into this game, Barcelona without Lionel Messi, who picked up an injury the previous weekend, so not the weekend has gone, but the weekend before, whilst playing for Barcelona in his return from another injury. So they're going to be heavily reliant on Suarez, Griezmann and Fati, the youngster, who the club already have big hopes for and can hope could be the next Messi. With Inter Milan, obviously, they've got Romelu Lukaku, who scored twice in the Milan derby on the 20th of September and put in a very good performance. He's been solid since returning. They've got Alexis Sanchez, who's also on loan from Manchester United, who can cause problems up front for them. They've got Kandreva in the midfield and Danovic in goal. I think they've got a good basis of a good squad, Inter Milan having. Obviously, they'll be looking to gain qualification again for the Champions League in Serie A. I think, depending on how both teams do it the weekend in the respective leagues, depends on whether they're going to come into the games in confidence. I think Barcelona come in with the edge, with the overall ability, because if you match up their squad to Inter Milan's squad, player by player, I think Barcelona have just edge it in terms of quality there. But Inter Milan have a solid team with a great European history, and as we know in the Champions League, anything's possible. Hardly anyone expected Liverpool to come from 3-0 down last season to win 4-0 against this Barcelona side from last season, but they did that. So I think Inter Milan can go to the Nou Camp with confidence that they can get a result on Wednesday night. It's one of these games where we've been longing for the Champions League for years. We've wanted Inter Milan back in the Champions League. They came back in it last year. We're in the same group as Tottenham Hotspur and Barcelona last season, and both the games, they gave Barcelona a good game in it, and obviously they finished third in the group, only just after Tottenham drew 1-1 with Barcelona in the last group game last season to scrape through. I think it's going to be another one where Inter Milan give Barcelona problems on the counter-attack. I think they're going to sit back, they're going to soak up the Barcelona pressure, and then try and hit on the counter, see if they can get goals from the likes of Sanchez or Lukaku at the other end. And with Barcelona, obviously, with their firepower up front with Suarez and Griezmann, who you expect to score goals. I don't think Griezmann's had the most glittering start to his Barcelona career, but there's a lot of pressure when playing to Barcelona and lots of big expectation. I think he's done okay. He's done okay with Barcelona. He's not set the world alight, and he's gone from playing as a forward at Atletico Madrid to playing as a wide man at Barcelona, which isn't really his style, but it's how they shoehorned him into the side. And obviously, they're coming off the back of being fined £259, I believe it was, off the top of my head, for their involvement in the Griezmann transfer. They're tapping up, which really wasn't much money, is it? Let's be honest. That fine's not really going to hurt Barcelona. But obviously, as well, you got Frenkie de Jong in the midfield, who's done well since joining from Ajax. He's been solid in the defensive midfield, along with Sergio Busquets and Arthur, who's played there. So you got three very good midfielders there for Barcelona who are going to control and try and dictate the play. Overall, I think, for a score prediction for this one, I think Barcelona are going to nick it 3-2. I think there's going to be goals from both sides, and it's going to be quality performance, an interesting game for the neutral. So that was my preview for Barcelona versus Inter Milan. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, comment along on there, take part of the polls and posts, and we'll see you all very soon.